Cancer, welcome back to lovefromaleo. It has been a minute, but I am back for your July reading. Happy Cancer season to all my Cancers out there. I hope that you're having an amazing season for yourself, and I hope that everything is happening the way that you wanted it to. So July, we know that this is a part of your season. This is, when we're wrapping up the end of all of the Cancers that are in July. The focus for July, I definitely think it's going to be about you standing out from the crowd and finding your own individuality, perceiving things in new ways, broadening your horizons, and things of that nature are definitely going to be something that you're going to be experiencing in your July. So yeah, let's go ahead and start to shuffle. If you've been following my little pregnancy journey here, I am still, very much pregnant. I am definitely 40 weeks, so that means that I have been full term for a few days. But unfortunately, my baby boy, who is going to be a Cancer, he is taking his sweet time. He's very healthy. Everything is doing wonderful on his end. He's just not ready to come out. So let's see what's going to be happening in July. So the past for Cancer. What's the present looking like for Cancer? What's the present energy? What's going on presently for Cancer during July? And then what's the future for Cancer? All right, awesome. All right, so in the past, Two of Swords. So in the past, this is meaning, the end of June, wrapping up June for you. You were trying to make a decision on which way to go when it comes to your love life. And we've been seeing a trend with this, Cancer. This isn't really something new. It's almost like you're trying to balance out logic and emotion. So by doing that, I do think that a lot of you put in some action, you put forth some action, you got off of your butt, you stopped just mentally thinking about something, you actually went out to pursue what you thought needed to be done. You handled a situation the way that you thought it needed to be handled. Three of Cups, you may have, went to socialize more to find what you're looking for, or this means that you were connecting more with whoever you needed to connect with, whether that be friends in your life, family members in your life, or that person that you were having issues with and you were trying to decide what you were going to do. You were definitely in this phase of, okay, let's connect. Let's try to work on this. Let's do what emotionally feels right for you, which is very Cancer-like, So in that regard, I think that things have been going well for you. The only thing that I'm seeing that's a little alarming, we have the Empress card in reverse. So it seems as though you're not pampering yourself. You may be catering to others more than you're catering to yourself. And you definitely need to make sure that the balance is secure when it comes to that, especially during your season. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that you're doing all that you can for yourself and for those who matter to you. I don't think there's any conflict anymore, but I do feel like the happy home life or the happy domestic life that you were looking for, maybe it didn't pan out the way that you expected with your love situation. So this doesn't mean that you were unhappy, but I think what you saw as your future, maybe long term with the person, it didn't pan out in that way. But I do feel like you're okay. You're not suffering. It's just your plans didn't go as you wanted. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah. So it seems like romantically things didn't pan out the way that you expected or maybe anticipated. But you as a Cancer, I think that you have learned what you've needed to learn and you're rolling with the punches. You're doing okay. You're doing fine. So that's a really good thing. So let's see. That was in your past. So let's see what advice I can give for those Cancers who are maybe still going through it and people who are still needing to find some healing words. What can be said for Cancer in this situation? This past situation of love that did not pan out right. What can I tell Cancer? What advice and words do they need to hear from Spirit? All right, we got 10 of Pentacles. This is the Earth card in this deck. As you can see, there is a little seed here under the ground, and the seed is actually a person, a child, a baby. So what this card suggests to you is to be stable. You want to stay grounded. You want to plant seeds for the future. You want to think about your future. You want to plan for your future. But most importantly, you want to stay grounded and have roots that you can cling on to. You want to find a way to move on successfully from the situation that has just happened, but you don't need to spaz out. You don't need to try to completely change things that aren't broken. If you are feeling emotional about this situation, emotional to the point where you're feeling like you need to just start all the way over and this and that, I don't think that's the way to go. I think you need to plan for the future and think practical. Think practical is what I need to say. So in your present, we do have the Death card. So this is a time of rebirth. This is a time of things transforming. We know that this card can feel a little scary sometimes for some people, but this is a time of transformation for you. I'm actually going to see in what part of your life are you seeing transformation. What part of Cancer's life are they experiencing transformation? Okay, so this is about your home life, your domestic life, possibly that relationship that you were dealing with in the past. When it comes to this regard with the 10 of Pentacles here, it's like if you're still battling at this point, you're still battling how you feel about things, you're still battling with this person. For some of you, you're still arguing. Some of you could physically be fighting, for very few of you. But for all Cancerians, I'm seeing there's a change that is needed. It's necessary for you to be able to transform as a human and spiritually, but you're holding on to things that aren't going to help you progress. You're holding on to these old feelings, these old emotions, these past discretions that have nothing to do with what your future can hold for you. And with the 5 of Wands in reverse, this is saying, okay, you're going to have to find a new way to deal with this, because this conflict, this argumentative energy is not going to produce anything new for you. In fact, it's going to bring up karmic issues that you have not healed yet. And it's going to be in regards to, you know, your financial life, your work life, your domestic life. It's going to have an effect on all of these things because you aren't willing to make the necessary changes. Now, what changes does Cancer need to make? What changes do they need to make? What's the change that... Knave of Cups. You need to move on with grace. You need to know that you have completed a certain part of your life, and this is a self-esteem issue. This is something that only you can do for yourself. This is something that only you as a person can recognize as winning, so to speak. So instead of thinking winning the war means to have the last word, you need to realize that winning means that you have progressed, you have transitioned to a new and better position and dimension for yourself. It doesn't mean that you had the last word. It doesn't mean that you got the person back. It doesn't mean revenge. And a lot of you, I think you are harboring some revenge-like energy. And then for some of you, maybe you're not harboring harsh feelings, but you're harboring old thoughts and old patterns, and it has to go. It can't stay here. It can't fester anymore because it's not going to do anything for you. Yeah, and it's kind of selfish. Not that you're being selfish necessarily, but it's kind of like you're having a very selfish kind of energy toward this issue because you're not thinking of your greater good. You're thinking of your lust, your desires. And for some of you, this could be in regards to a Capricorn in your life. Maybe a Capricorn is a person in your life who is bringing up these karmic issues, and they're bringing up things that you know you need to change. And that's the universe's way of putting a person there to show a reflection of what you're doing to yourself. Okay? Advice directly from Spirit. What does Cancer need to do? What changes need to be made? What needs to be done in order for Cancer to move on? Came out really quick. 2 of Pentacles. So prioritize. Now is the time for you to really focus on your work. Now is the time to really focus on the stability and structure of your life. So instead of you being so consumed in emotions and people and vices and things of that nature, it's time for you to really buckle down and focus on your stability and how you want to grow. Remember, we talked about with this past energy with the Earth card here, the Ten of Pentacles, it's time for you to focus on your longevity, the long-term goals. They're important, and you have to start planting those seeds, or you won't see any results whenever the time comes for you. You need to start planning now for whatever it is that you want to see to come in the future. And we don't know if it's going to be the near future, the far future, or, you know, the end of this year, whatever, next year. Whenever universe has it aligned for you to receive that Wheel of Fortune type energy, your presence, your karmic payback, I feel like right now in July is the time for you to go ahead and start, you know, putting in that action. Or even at the end of June, you need to start planting those seeds, because universe is almost warning you, like, hey, if you don't start now, you might miss this bus, you might miss the stop, you know what I mean, for your karmic payout. So really make sure that you're paying attention to that, and understand that you don't need to focus on desire too much, but you do need to focus on what you want in the future. And I know that sounds contradicting, but you need to focus on what you need to change so you can have what you want in the future. All right, so moving on to the future. What does the future hold for Cancer? The energy we have is the Five of Swords, okay? So some things may be hashed out, some things may be brought to the forefront. This is the energy of putting everything out on the table, and it's that win or loss type of energy. And it's kind of like deciding who's going to be the winner, who's going to be the loser. Now, in your present, during your July, it seems as though you're having an issue with determining what it means to be the winner. You have to learn that it's not always about, you know, the textbook winner. It's not about getting to the finish line first. It's not about finishing first. It's not about having the last word. You get back at someone by winning at life. Like, winning at life is how you're going to be able to win. If you're so focused on this situation, you're not going to progress, thus meaning you're not going to win at life. All right, so what exactly does Cancer need to do to be the winner? Ten of Swords. So you need to end this interaction with this person, this mental back and forth game that you're playing with yourself when it comes to this person. This is all a mental game. It's all mental. 10 of Wands in reverse. You're ready to do more things, but you're staying consumed with all of these past issues, with all of these past situations. And it's time for you to really boss up. You really need to take authority of your life and stop allowing these things to tear you down. You have the power, you have the authority, you have what it takes to fight back, but fight back in a way that's actually going to benefit you. And so that's where that energy that I was talking about in the very beginning of the video, that's where you're going to have to learn who you are and stand out from the crowd. That's when you're going to have your horizons expanded, because you're figuring out new ways to deal with things. You're becoming a bigger, better person. You're finding ways to, you know, exude fire, but in a way that's emotionally beneficial for you as a Cancer. And I think that's very, very important. Yeah, 9 of Cups here. I feel like in combination with you bossing up and really taking authority and really taking charge of your life as a person, and not allowing yourself to be emotionally immature or blaming your problems on other people, this is when you're going to have that success of really being able to enjoy life with the 9 of Cups. You're going to be smug. You're going to be comfortable. You're going to feel like, you know, things are good. Things don't feel stagnant. Now we do have Aries kind of coming up here again. I feel like this is an Aries. Watch out for someone like this in the future. It could just be someone who's younger than you, someone who's more naive, maybe someone who is a bit of a crash dummy, and this could be you. But this is probably someone in your work life, someone that you see every day, or someone that you're around very often. And once you start changing and bossing up, you may have to, you know, discard of certain things that don't fit with what you're trying to align yourself with. Also, this card is the Taurus energy, the Hierophant. So you may also encounter a Taurus in your life who can help you figure out how to be practical and move forward with grace. 8 of Cups, I do see you moving on in the future to something bigger and better. And 8 of Cups is a card that's about transformation in its own right, but it's about transformation that's been an ongoing battle. It's something that it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that's been building. It's something that universe has been planting for you. 2 of Pentacles here. in confirmation for this other card that we had back in your present, we are now in the future with the Two of Pentacles here, and it's saying like this consistency of you choosing better for yourself, you prioritizing, that's what's going to get you to be able to move forward. That's what's going to get you to not have to deal with people that you can't work with, or not have to deal with people that don't work in your life in general. And you can get rid of this fear with the Nine of Wands in reverse. You can get rid of this fear that you can't handle what's on your plate. Self-esteem is going to boost. You're not going to feel like no one's on your side. You won't really need anyone on your side. You're going to see how strong you are as a Cancer. Not to say that people won't be in your life that can be of benefit to you, but the neediness that I feel like that has been happening over the course of the past month, it's going to kind of disappear if you are doing what needs to be done, which is what I just talked about. So the advice so that Cancer can achieve this in their future, what advice is needed? We got Ten of Wands, fire. This is represented by the element of fire. This is what this card embodies. So you have to push through. You have to be courageous. You have to kind of go through those emotions that can feel scary, such as anger, resentment, happiness, war, all of these things that make you push through, courage, ambition, all of that. You're going to have to be ready to take it on. You're going to just have to be ready to use the knowledge that you have gained thus far and start to put it into action. So in other words, your future is going to consist of you really putting in that work, really just staying on course with whatever it is that you have already planned for yourself. Because remember, in the end of your June leading into your July, the whole point is practicality and planning for the future, longevity. And once you get to the future, you're going to be, using that fiery energy that you have instilled in yourself to really fight through and push through all of these things and obstacles that may be in your way. But most of all, it's about you understanding that you can handle what comes your way. And you're growing throughout this process. You're learning how to be the authority in your life. You're learning how to be the dictator of whatever it is that you're going through. You're learning how to have structure in your life so that no one can come and destroy the foundation of what you've built for yourself. And that's the key to all of this. That is what's so beautiful about how you're transitioning through these months. And I think that's a beautiful way to end your Cancer season, knowing a newer, better, stronger you. And that's what's going to matter. That's what's going to, help you throughout this time. So yeah, Cancer, that is it for this particular reading. I really hope that you understood and it resonated with you. I hope that you got the advice that you needed. If you need more advice, or if you would like some clarity, or if you need any other type of readings that I offer, any other type of readings that I offer, you can always email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com. You can also add me on Instagram so that you are up to date with what's going on with me. Happy birthday to all my Cancers once again. I'm so excited for you all. I hope that you have wonderful parties and outings, and even if you're just chilling, staying at home, I hope that you enjoy your day, whenever that day may be for you. Drop down in the comments and let me know when your birthday is. I would love to know. And until next time, I'm Love from Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until next time, my beautiful Cancer, I will see you in the next video. Bye.